Greetings, players! Shinny07 here with a tournament deck profile, and tournament report here on Cartel Fight Vanguard. It happened on Wednesday, and didn't have a lot of time until today, so I'll be able to post it up today. But so yeah, play a tournament for the first time in like forever, because I don't play a lot of life. I was always there. Played a tournament and got first place. Yeah, first place. With this deck. Kagero. Which I gotta go over the Yep. Yeah. Let's go straight into it. Anyway, starting Vanguard, Conroe, because it's this card in the game. I run for the ends, because it's the end. That's it. That's my deck profile, because that's all you need to know to win. Anyway, 3 overlords right there. No, 4 to exact. 3 of the regular common ones, and from the trial deck, 1 that is a double R from the packs. That's my grade 3 lineup. 3 burning horns. Yeah, 3 burning horns. Because it's burning horn. Why 3? Because I don't have a 4th. If I had a 4th, I would probably run it still, but that's just that. That's just what it is. 3 Berserk Dragons, because they're counter heavy, counter blast heavy. I don't like to run a lot of it at the same time, but I would like to run 4 just because I could draw into it. But I just like to say counter blast is to make them scared, especially with the end. 4 Garps, because they're a lot better than Nala, and that's just my opinion. And 1 Bellicossi Dragon for the tech. He on the games that he played, out of all the games that I played, I only played 1 game. The one time I actually used Bellicossi, it worked, so it worked in my favor a lot. For the grade 2? No, grade 1.
More grade 2s.
More grade 2s. Yeah, I should have played more grade 2s. 4 bars. AK vanilla ones, because, they're vanillas. Just so I could have attack and stuff like that. That's one. 1 Kinara, because I don't counterblast as much as I want to. I should be, but the grade 1 feels a little bit of heavy, like, not a lot for a minute, so I cut it down to 1 and it worked. And if I really need it, I'll just Conroe the way out of it. If I really need to. 4 bars, perfect arts. I may cut it down to 3, but I'll just stick with 4 because I heard break right's one thing, so I was like, whatever, I'll just get 4. 3 Gojos. Just rest one, draw 1, filter 3 to hand real quickly. 1 Airmo. Hand filtering, really strong. Apparently, apparently it's really strong. I like it myself. And in my 1 tech in the deck to keep it more, just for the pressure, 1 Airmo, Flame of Promise, Airmo. So run one of each Airmos and play it out. Hand filtering, really pretty strong. Especially if I get grade stuck. That way I don't get to get grade struck really for the long. I don't get to get grade stuck for the longest time, which is pretty bad if you get grade stuck because Vanguard happens. Trigger lineup, pretty simple. 4 draws, Monica, Red Gem, 2 Gatling Claws, 4 heals, because heal triggers. 4 crits, 4 tars, 3 of them being common 1 and 1 rare, and 4 more crits. The Blue Gem, Draco Good. And that's pretty much my deck lineup right there. Tournament report overall, like I said, I went 4-0 in the game, and in the tournament. The tournament was 2 out of 3, so I had to play 2 out of 3 in order to win the set, in order to advance to the next round. First game I played against Gabriel and his Gold Paladin with Garmor Nation, because Garmor Nation is really good. Because it's Garmor, because you get pluses for no reason and you win after that. Played in first game he put first game he played a lot different than I thought he like what some other people would be playing. So that caught me off guard a little bit. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna try to work around it. And then I kind of figured out how he wanted to play in the game. So I just went and like, okay, I'll just play like that. So and then go from there. Lost the first game. Second game, I had a lot more time to adjust to the matchup itself. So, and both of us played really well until he drive checks 2 grade 3s, which is the killer of the game, which is Morikawa. That sense of Morikawa in hand. So that was that thing. And then game 3, both of us got grade stuck at 1. But I was able to get like Gojo, Airmo, Tonic Filter, so I was able to continue to propel to like grade 2 to grade 3 after that, and proceed to win from there. So I got the game 2-1. Kind of didn't wish it ended that way, but it's Vanguard because it always happens like that. Round 2, I play against Joe and OTT Tsukuyomi. The right chain one, so it's like pretty weird playing against the right chain against OTT, because most of the OTT games that I play are mostly against soulless ones. So it's Tsukuyomi. It's been like forever since I played against it. So I played it. What happened was not what I expected. Game 1, he got grade stuck early, which is pretty bad. So it took him a while to get to grade 3, but by the time he got to grade 3, he had no cards in hand. So proceed to lose, and then although he gets to draw something, he didn't draw. He drew nothing but grade 3s, which is pretty bad as well. And heading to game 2, he got his right chain off. I was able to I was like getting hit in there, and then he did misplay by riding somebody over the Tsukuyomi, therefore losing. No, he ride CEO Amaterasu over Tsukuyomi, which is probably the big misplay that he made, because he had 11 base and I only had 20k columns for no reason, and then when he plays Amaterasu, it was like enough for me to hit in there now. So that's pretty much the one thing. Although he likes to check his stuff for triggers and stuff like that, we were able to stall it out until the end of the game where he decked out at the end, so he couldn't do much afterwards. So I was able to proceed to win game 2 in that set. So I was up 2-0. Third round, I was playing against Sebastian and his Bermuda Triangles. Game 1, he just simply scooped. He scooped. Mainly because he got grade stuck early, and I was able to get the right chain. Not the right chain, but I just ride into the end, and then it just continued. It just falls from there. So he scooped. Game 3 was much better than game 2. Game 2 was much better than game 1, except because he had the brake ride, something like that. He wanted a brake ride, but he couldn't. Like couldn't even brake ride. See, because I kept him at 3 damage for pretty much the whole game. I was just like, oh, rear guard, attack Vanguard. If I attack Vanguard with the end, it was like, he was already sensing the end in hand. I'm like, okay, whatever. So later on, I'm like, here, I'll play another the end on the side, so maybe that way you don't have to guard against it. And and then he guarded again. I was like, oh man, oh well. But wasn't able to complete the game, so I was able to go in there and win 3-0. So, because I wore him down apparently. So, because Kagera OP apparently. So, then heading to round 4, play against Tachikaze. I forgot if his name is Omar or Oscar. I don't know. It starts with an O somewhere. But he played Tachikaze, and that was his first tournament ever. His first tournament in a Vanguard. His first Vanguard tournament on the Wednesday, and yeah, it was pretty close games overall. Really had fun against him. Game 1, I was like, man, he's playing the right chain one, so it's going to take a while to get adjusted. I wore him down I wore him down as much as I can. Wins the game. Pretty much wins it. That one. Second game, he wore me down, and I drove check into 2 grade 3s. I was like, oh man, that's the worst feeling ever. And I don't have any perfect guards because I used some of it early, so I don't have to take so much damage. And then game 3, he didn't get the right chain off. He had to ride a grade 1 on top of it to continue on, which made me makes the game a little more easier for me because I'll be like swinging it for 25, 20. So you have to go for 15 for pretty much half of the game. And it was pretty strong overall. And a lot of people during that game 3 already finished while we were still playing. A lot of people gathering around was like, yeah, Tachikaze is gonna win. Like even I myself want to give him the win, but I was like, no, I gotta make sure he works for it. So because it's a good. I know he's a good player, but I was just like, I'm gonna just try to win. And apparently I did win because he had nothing but 2 cards in his hand with a perfect guard and a grade 3. So he was just like there. Vanguard swings, perfect guards, and then rear guard, rip a critical trigger. So give the critical trigger to my rear guard and go from there. But yeah, first came in first place with the Swiss round. I didn't play the top cut 4, so maybe we'll get to split it up, which I'm okay with splitting at times. Kind of wish though, that if I actually have time to play, then I'll play. But I had to get back home early, so because I have to take care of a lot of things at that, because life calls. So that's pretty much. But that's my deck profile on Wednesday. Any particular questions or anything like that, feel free to comment below. Share the video here because Kagero is actually pretty strong, especially the end. Even though like the new upcoming sets coming out, like set 10 and 11 coming out pretty soon, but 11 is going to come out first anyway, and that's coming out around my birthday, which is in October. So it'll be strong. It'll be strong, picking up some of the Seal Dragon stuff, and then of course set 10 coming out right afterwards, like within a month, and that'll be really fun from there. But that's my deck profile there. I will be dismantling this deck just to try out different builds of Kagero because I really like the clan. Kagero's so strong. But I think I want to do something to towards my old deck, and I'll actually post up a video I'll be working up the old deck that I've been working on for almost a year and a half before I picked up the ends myself, so I'll be sharing that one later in the future. But other than that, y'all peace out. Share, comment, like, subscribe, whatever it is. Other than that, peace out.